We will start with the nomenclature. Now let's first understand the structure, because every time I'll not be doing this branch structure. I'll give you the structures like this. So I'm explaining this structure again once more. Now what actually happens? The carbon looks like this. You must have seen the tetrahedral structure. Okay, hydrogen, hydrogen. So this is connected to one more carbon. So it will be like your this. This is hydrogen, so it is again connected to one carbon. It will go like this. Okay, so can you understand how actually the structure goes? It actually goes like this. Okay, so we can see the end one is CH3. This is CH2, 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 and again this one will be your CH3. Okay, if the end is this. So these I will show it how. I will show it like this: 1, 2 carbon, third carbon, fourth carbon, fifth carbon, sixth carbon. So this structure is shown like this. Now suppose I have removed this hydrogen with the functional group OH. So how I will write? So 1, 2. So from this carbon, I will write it as OH. Got it? So how we are writing the full compound? It is very difficult to write the compound like this. So we will write it this way. So this end means these are actually methyl groups, CH3, CH3. This is CH2, 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 this is CH, and to it a functional group OH is attached. So I will draw the diagrams now while showing you the nomenclatures this way, and we will name it accordingly. Now next starts our nomenclature part. So as I was telling you while teaching you the functional groups, I was giving two names for one compound, right? For example, I told you that for CH3OH, I gave you two names. One is your methyl alcohol. Another I said that methanol. Okay. So this name is actually called as your trivial name, which is less scientific, and it is the old method of representing the name. And this one is more scientific. This is called as IUPAC name or IUPAC name. You already know the full form of IUPAC. That is, what is that? It is your International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry. So this is the department of chemistry which actually determines this name. I mean, they have told you the rules to name the compounds, and they are very scientific. They are very modern. And we will follow, and in exam you will be getting you have to name the compounds according to IUPAC nomenclature only, not by the trivial name. But yes, of course, you have to know some of the trivial names, because while giving you the question papers, examiner might use the trivial name, the common trivial name. Some of the common trivial name you have to know. Now how the trivial name is decided, they are again decided. Okay, in our last video we have just started with the nomenclature. As I was telling, nomenclature matlab compounds के नाम देने proper order. Now before there was trivial name. Two types of nomenclature are there. One is your trivial and another is your IUPAC. IUPAC, that is International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry. This is the community which actually gives a more modern and systematic naming of the compounds, organic compounds. Now the trivial name is the old method of naming. So let us take an example. Suppose this is CH2H we have taken. According to the trivial naming, it will be named as methyl alcohol. Already I have told you meth for one carbon. It is meth is taken, and as because CH3 is taken, it is alkyl methyl, and OH group is for alcohol, methyl alcohol. And IUPAC name, I have told you methanol. OL is written over there. Now IUPAC we will learn it afterwards. I'm just giving you example how it is been named. A trivial name, it actually depends on, they were named, the compounds are named depending on their source, depending on their properties or depending on the Latin or Greek origin of the components. For example, methane actually we get it in marshy lands, okay, marshy area. So it is actually named as a marsh gas. Then comes the example of your acetic acid. Acetic acid actually we get it in vinegar, and vinegar in Latin means acetum. So from acetum the name was given as acetic acid. Now again we have tribal system for alkanes. एल्केन्स के ट्राइबल सिस्टम में क्या हमने बोला था, कार्बन अगर 1 है तो फॉर कार्बन 1 इट इज कॉल्ड एज मीथ and ANE is used. For 2 eth and ANE is used. C3 we use pro. This is very important, huh? This is used in your IUPAC nomenclature also. C4 it is your but ANE. So ANE is for the alkane group and this is for this carbon, number of carbons. Then C5 will be your pent N. As we have done in our polynomials, 5 corners, 5 sides means it is pentagon. Similarly, this will help you. From here, it is almost like that naming. You have done it in maths. 6 it will be your hexane. Okay, 9 will be 10 will be octane. Then 9 will be nonane, like this. Now next is for alkenes. It will be your methane. Then comes ethene, then comes propene, butene, pentene, hexene. For alkynes, this is double bond, this is triple bond compounds. So alkynes, it will be methine. Sorry, but remember, alkenes don't have methane, alkynes don't have methine. The reason is that a single carbon cannot make a double bond or a triple bond. It's not possible. It needs another carbon. So it will start from ethene. It will start from ethyne. Next comes, now this ethene, ethyne are actually your IUPAC nomenclature. This is not for tribal. Tribal, ethene is called as your ethylene. It will be called as your ethylene. Okay, YLENE. That is YLENE is attached to the last name. Ethylene. Then comes propylene, like this. And for alkynes, it is named first. One is named as acetylene. That is TYLENE, acetylene. Then for your the next carbon atom, that is the next, it is starting with C2H4. 2 to the 4, the C2H2. Next C3, this is acetylene. C3H4 will be named as your methyl acetylene. That is CH3 is attached to your this acetylene group. Actually the structure is like this. So a methyl group is attached to this acetylene group. Acetylene is how? The acetylene is like this. So when this is substituted by a methyl group in the next compound of the homologous series, you can see that this H has been replaced by a methyl group, so it is named as methyl acetylene. Then when it comes to C4H H6, it will be named as ethyl acetylene. How is the structure is here? CH3, CH2, then comes like this. The structure is like this. So we can see it is a ethyl group. See, 2 carbon compound. It is ethane से ethyl आया है. So ethyl is attached to this acetylene group, so it is called as ethyl acetylene. So in trivenium it is named like this. Now next we will come to the IUPAC nomenclature, which is the most important, and we have to understand this naming very well because because you have to name the compounds according to the IUPAC nomenclature only. So same here, for C1 it will be used as meth. For 2 carbon it will be named, it will start with eth. Then C3 it will start with prop. C4 it will start with but. With C5 it will start with pent. Then C6 it will start with hex. Okay. Now if it is an alkane, this will end with ane. If it is alkene, it will end with ene. If it is an alkyne, it will end with yne, ine, and that is, this suffix will be added to these things. Okay, these are the suffix, these are the primary suffix will be added to this. At least if it is the methane, it is alkane group, it will be written as methane. If it belongs to your alkene group, it will be written as ethene, and if it belongs to alkyne group, we will write it as ethyne. Next comes secondary suffix. Okay, these were the primary suffix. Next comes secondary suffix. Okay, secondary suffix for OH functional group, what we will write? We will write OL, all. For aldehyde, we will write AL, al. For acidic group, we will write OIC. For halogens, that is chlorine, fluorine, bromine, we will write it as chloro, bromo, chlorine and bromine. Iodine, we will write it as for fluorine, we will write it as fluoro, like this. Obviously here it will not be written as for bromo, these things will not be written in suffix, they will actually be written in prefix. They will come before, then the main compound will come, and along with it more prefixes are there. Suppose we have got depending on how many numbers of this functional group are there, we will write it as di for 2, tri for 3, like this. Now if we solve the example, you will understand how the things are being named. Now the first rule of the nomenclature is numbering the carbon chain. The longest carbon chain. Suppose I have got a compound like this. Okay, you understood that what this chain means? That is the CH3, CH2, 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 CH, CH2, CH2, CH3. Okay, now you have to number the longest chain, right? Now here the functional group is obviously the methyl. Now we can number it in this way. You said, Miss, I want to number it from this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I said, no, you cannot number it this way. This is wrong. The reason is that you have to number it in such a way that the functional group carries the minimum number of the carbon. That is, it should be numbered this way. That is, if you number it from this way, it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now if we number from this side, carbons are numbered from this side. What we see here, it is getting number 4. But if we number it from this side, it is getting number 7. So this is a wrong way of numbering. We should number it from this way according to the conditions. Here the condition is such that we have to number it from this way. Okay, so actually when we do the nomenclature, there are 3 parts in which it is been named. Okay, there are 3 parts in the naming. So here what we see, we have got 10. So that means there is no the functional groups of in this place. It will be added as your prefix. Okay. Okay, this is methyl alkyl groups are already added as prefix, not as suffix. So the methyl group is in which position? It is in fourth position. And how many methyl are there? One methyl. So no need of adding di or tri or anything. So we will write 4 methyl. And what is this chain? This is the chain of 10 carbon, a hydrocarbon. It is a 10 carbon long chain hydrocarbon. So we will name, and it is only alkane. There is no double bond, no triple bond, nothing. So we will name it as what I said, for 10 it was oct, and N it is an alkane. So it is 4 methyl octane. So octane will come in the middle, 4 methyl will come in the first part, and middle part will be octane. So there is no name for the suffix, no functional group which can be added as suffix. So let us discuss one more. So in prefix, the alkyl groups and the halides will be written, functional groups alkyl and halides will be written in the prefix. Okay, and and if there is alcohol, aldehyde and acid, they will be written as a suffix, that is in the last line they will be written. Plus there is prefix for everyone. If it is di or tri or more, the prefix will be added to any of the function group, whether it is in suffix or whether it is in the prefix. तो नंबरिंग यू अंडरस्टूड. सो हमें नंबरिंग इस तरह करना है कि जो हमारी फंक्शनल ग्रुप है उसको मिनिमम नंबर मिले. नेक्स्ट इज योर फंक्शनल ग्रुप. सो now let's see the before going to the second rule, we have to know the preference of these functional groups. Preference is which functional group will be given more preference. If there are two functional groups in one compound, so which one will be given more preference while naming, that we have to learn. First, acids are given preference, then comes the ketones. Ketones I have not taught you, I will taught you afterwards. Then comes alcohol, that is OH group. Then comes alkenes, that is a double bond, alkynes. Then comes the alkyl halide, and lastly alkanes are given the preference. So you have to remember this preference order. Okay, try to remember this preference order. Accordingly they will be named. So now we will come to the next rule, that when we are numbering the carbons in the chain, it will be numbered such that the functional group, the functional group which is more preferable will be given the smallest number. The more preferred functional group should get least number. Let us take an example of let us take this example, your 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we have got OH here, a functional OH is given over here, and here bromine CH3 is given. Okay, methyl group is given. Now you can number it in this way. One is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and another ways you can number it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now which way you should number? Here functional group OH is given more preference. Okay, so therefore each should get the smallest number. So therefore the numbering 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will be considered. So these will be considered, this will, because by this numbering OH group is getting more number than the methyl group. So okay, so here it will be numbered this way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now OH has been given the more preference, so OH will be coming to the main name of the main chain carbon. Okay, so as I have told you, OH is given more preference than your alkane, so it will not be named as alkane, it will be named as an alcohol. So now first comes this group, So it is your functional group. As because it is an alkyl, I have told you it will come in the prefix. So 4-methyl. 4-methyl means it is in the carbon 4, the methyl group is attached. Then comes, it is how many carbon chain? It is your pent. Then comes in which carbon this all is present? Pent 5 all. So this is the 3 parts it is named. It is the first part, this is the second part, and this is the third part. Okay, this is first, this is second, and this is the suffix part. This is OL comes for these alcohol groups. So 4-methyl pent 5 pent 2 all. It is in 2 positions, second position. So pent 4-methyl pent 2 all. Next comes, suppose we have got same functional group in the ring, okay, in that chain. We have got bromine as well as we have got chlorine. They both belong to the halides. Now which functional group we will get more preference here? Now how we will number them? Actually here the preference are given according to alphabetically, the preference are being given. So B comes before C, bromo, and this is chloro. So B comes before C, so we will number it such a way that bromine gets the smallest number. So it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it will be your 2, and as because the halides comes in your prefix, so it will be 2 bromo, 4 chloro, and this is alkane, chloro. Let me check. Chloro, 4 chloro. This is all for the first part, and next is your 6 means hex, and this is the middle part, and it will, the last suffix will be ane, hexane. Okay, so 2 bromo 4 chloro hexane here. Next comes the preference. So here the preference given alphabetically, okay, because they are on the same functional group. Okay, just a little correction. Here the alkyl groups which we are talking about, they are not actually functional groups, they are called as substituents. So they should always be given the last preference. Now suppose a compound is there where both are alkyls. One is your CH3, one is your C2H5. That is, this one has got more carbon, this substituent, and this has got 1 carbon. So here whom is given preference? The one with the smaller size, that is less number of carbon, will be given the preference. So obviously this should get less number, so we will number it from this side only. So it will be named as 2-methyl, 4-ethyl. This is your first part of the IUPAC naming. Then second part will be 7 carbons, so it will be hep and hept, and it is alkane, so it will be the prefix, the suffix will be heptane. So 3 parts we are getting here. So this way we have to name the compounds. Now let us take some more examples. Suppose we have got numbers like, example like we have got this compound, okay. So here if you even you number these carbon atom 1 and 2, they will get 1 and 2. If you number from this way also 1 and 2, 1 and 2 both are chlorine, then it will be same. But how we will, so if we have to number it this way or this way, the same name will come because both the functional groups are same. So how we will number it? It will be, as because we have got a double bond here and alkenes are given more preference than the alkanes. So how we will number it? We will number it as 1, 2 dichloro, because there are 2 chlorine. So 1, 2 dichloro, eth, 2 carbons, and the suffix will be in. Okay, so first part, middle part, and the last part. 1, 2 dichloroethyl. Similarly, we can name here as how we will name it? Same here, 1,2-dibromo 1,2-dibromo. This is your ethane, 1,2-dibromo ethane. So depending on this, these are numbered this way. And again, we have to take some more examples. Okay, we have already learned the naming IUPAC nomenclature for the alkenes, and your alkynes. I am not repeating this part again. We will learn how the alcohols are being named. Okay, for the first compound, now what is the general formula? It is CnH2n plus 1 OH. Okay, so for here the functional group is obviously your OH. So for the first group, first carbon C1, it will be named as methanol. For the second, it will be named as ethanol when it is 2 carbons are there, and when it is 3 carbons, it will be named as propanol. Okay. Similarly with the aldehydes, aldehydes will end with the suffix al. It will be same. It will be named as methanol, ethanol, propanol. Okay. Next comes here the general formula. What is the general formula? The general formula will be CnH2nO. Okay, the general formula is like that. That is, for methanol it will be like this. For ethanol it will be CH3CHO. Okay, 1 carbon, so it is methanol. 2 carbons, so it is ethanol. 3 carbons, it is your propanol. Next comes your carboxylic acids. That is, the functional group is COOH, and the general formula is CnH2nO2. Okay, so here the functional group is obviously COOH. Okay, so it will be named as your, suppose compound is this, so it will be named as methanoic acid. For this, it will be named as ethanoic acid. See, 2 carbons. Now if you name, see if the numberings are correct or not. 1 means it will become 2, C1H2. So it will become C1H2O2. So C2H2O2. So see how many CO2 and H2 are there. Here it will be C2H4O2. So let's see, C2H is 4 and O2, like this the numberings. So we see the general formula follows the homologous series. Similarly, we have ethanoic acid, propanoic acid, like this. Next comes alkyl halides. So alkyl halides, the general formula is CnH2n plus 1 into X. X stands for the halides. So your functional group is halides. It could be chloro, bromo, io, or fluoro. So for CH3Cl, we will name it as chloromethane. Now, as because it is a single carbon, there is no need of numbering it. Okay, and we have C2H5Cl. Also, this means 1 chlorine. So anyhow, it will be positioned in first carbon only. So it is your chloroethane. Okay, here it ends with the name of the alkane. Then suppose we have got but if it comes 3, that time we have to find out what is the position of that halogen. So accordingly we have to number that carbon and we have to name it. Next comes your Alkyl halide के बाद आता है ketones. Ketones are like this, COO. This is the functional group. Okay, so they end with the name ONE. Okay, they have suffix like ONE. So if we have the general formula CN H2NO. So for the first compound CO, it is written as CO CH3 CH3. We will name it how many carbons are there. We have pro 3, so it will be propanone. Okay, it will be propanone. So suppose we have these as CH3CO CH2 CH3. It will be named as how many carbon? 1 2 3 4. So it will be named as 2-butanone, as because it is in carbon 2, so it is 2-butanone. So this way, if it had been like this, CH3 CH2 CO CH3, this is also 2-butanone, because if we number it this way, it should carry the minimum number. So this will also be 2-butanone. Okay, now if we want to name something like that, CH3 CH2 CO CH2 CH3, it will be your 1 2 3 3 1 2 3 4 5, that is pentanone. Okay, now if the group was here CO CH2 CH2 CH3, so this is also 5 carbon, but the functional group is in second carbon, so we will write it as 2-pentanone. So this was your ketones. Next comes your ethers.